Dangerously Incompetent, Mr. Greedy. I'm dangerously incompetent, this is Armoured Warfare. I'm driving the M113 Tier 1 Armoured Fighting Vehicle on Port Storm in a Tier 3 PvP battle. Tier 1? Tier 1 dangerously? What are you doing in Tier 1? Surely an experienced player like you should be up in the realms of, tier 7s, 9s, 10s. But not down here in Tier 1s. Well, yes, you might think that. But Obsidian Entertainment has other ideas. They want to make Tier 1 PvP battles happen really quickly so new players can get to enjoy them, okay? And to do this, they're running a special. Play 2 Tier 1 battles a day for a month and get a premium tank. So that's what I'm doing. Down here amongst all the noobs, well, not so many noobs. There's lots of experienced players banging around here in their Tier 1s. And then there's a load of experienced players come to Seal Club, all these players in Tier 1 tanks, because they're driving Tier 3 vehicles when they got much higher ones, and they want to gank some noobs. Or at least gank some Tier 1 players, because you play a Tier 3 and you get into the battle really quickly because there's loads of people playing Tier 1s. Marvellous. In other news, this video should be coming to you crystal clear, nice and crisp, because due to an epic toe stubbing incident, my previous monitor has died. A 10-year-old thing, a solid workhorse from Dell. So I've replaced it with a new monitor. Not quite top of the range, I'm not that rich unfortunately, but it does display 1920 by 1080. So I'm recording in widescreen rather than having to replay in a tiny little widescreen and then upload to YouTube. It should be nice and clear on YouTube because 1920 by 1080 is a natively supported format by YouTube. So hopefully it'll all be crystal clear. Every cloud has a silver lining, as they say. So, off with the battle. Tier 1, as you say. Lots of Tier 1, well, half of the team in Tier 1, then some Tier 2s, then some Tier 3s. But, Seal Clubbers beware! I beat them all! I outplay them all! I gain gold star! So I gain top of the team by experience. Hurrah for me! And boo for the Seal Clubbers! And tough luck for the newbies. In Port Storm, it's always important to get someone up into B1, whether you're coming from the north or the south, because you need someone there to spot people on that ridge over there where you can see our M113s. Let's get the cursor. Can I get the cursor? Oh, there's the cursor. So you can see them there on that part of the ridge there. You need to spot them. Oh, and the people on the other side of the railway line who have come to do what I'm doing. I got seen, so I got shot a bit from the ridge, but there's a handy dip and a handy big rock, and ooh, a handy Tier 3 tank destroyer. I think he might be a newbie because he is well in advance and he hasn't got support. He'd be alright moving up there if he had support, but his only support was an M113 who's died. And you can see there's an M41, there's a T54, which is the two Tier 2 tanks, and there's another M113, but they don't feel like pushing forward. So I've butchered the tank destroyer. A Tier 3 tank destroyer. Wow, that's a good start, isn't it? Probably had a bit of help from the hill. But those guys, the enemy on the other side of this railway line, that was a big mistake from them. Or is a big mistake from the tank destroyer, depending on how you look at it. He shouldn't have pushed forward alone, they should have supported him when he pushed. If they had, I'd be dead. And the enemy would have a significant advantage, but they didn't, so the people who pushed forward died. I'm still alive. And now it's time to spot and shoot up people on the hill. because they can't see me from all the way over there. Either because there's rocks in the way, or they're not an armoured fighting vehicle. But I do need to keep on popping up and getting these enemy on the other side of the railway lines lit up, so that way my allies on the hill can shoot them up rather than be shot up by them. So it's going quite healthily. Even in the town we seem to be doing quite well. But we now outnumber the enemy, so it's pretty much plain sailing from here on in. I get another kill, hooray, only a tier 1, but it all counts. Make sure he's lit up. That M41's staying hidden a bit. I really would like to spot him. Oof. I don't think I was spotted then. I think that was just a guess. Oh well. Now this is where I get greedy. There's only 3 enemy left. Let's get him, let's get him. But there's no gun depression on this tank, so I've got to go quite a way forward before I get a shot on him. Leave my cover, and he's a tier 2 light tank with all his health left, and I'm a tier 1 with not a lot of health left. I really should not have pushed forward there. I should have at least waited for the cavalry to arrive in the form of this M113, that PT76, and what's that over there, Lav 150. Yeah, should have waited for them, but I didn't, because I saw 3 enemy left and I thought, right, they're going to die soon. If I want any more XP, I'm going to have to do something drastic to get it. Bit of a mistake, but never mind, it's definitely a win. I've done not totally pivotal, but I've certainly done very well, and it's a win. Hurrah!